Hey, it's Magnus here, and I'd like to talk to you about spinners. Now, very quickly before I continue, I'm not going to review spinners or anything like this. I just want to discuss them just quickly, just want to discuss a few different spinners. Also, I am making my own spinner right now. It's in the prototype stages. I've been sharing a lot of that on my previous videos if you've been following me. I do have an email launch list that you can sign up to sort of be notified, you know, when it's launching and sort of get other sort of behind the scenes and, you know, and stuff before anyone else does. I will put that in the description below. So I have 5 spinners here right now. You know what? I can't really even remember the names of them. Something, and torque bar. That's the only one I know because I think it's the most famous one. The funny thing about spinners is I've realised, I mean, I may already be talking to you and you know exactly what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's something that I just didn't know and I never really heard when I started sort of getting into spinners a few weeks ago, only a few weeks ago, but since then I've become completely obsessed with them. And you know, it's the question like, what's the best spinner, or you know, what's the best spinner for this price, or what's, you know, can someone tell me the best spinner? You see those questions around a lot, and you know, I've got a bunch of spinners here, and you know, there's 1 to 5, yeah, 4. So I've got 4 spinners here. I might even have another one in the house, I can't remember. And these are good spinners. These are like the most well-known spinners currently around, even though I can't remember the names of them. So what I've learned very quickly upon receiving every spinner through the mail in the last couple of weeks is they are so different. And you know, this spinner here, for instance, is, I can't remember the name of it. It's stainless steel, it's polished stainless steel, and you know, it's heavy and it's got a tremendous spin time. But for me, it's not quite what I look for in a spinner, or what I've learned to look for. It's, you know, like it's just not for me. It's a little bit too heavy. It's not really sort of fidgetable enough. You know, like there's just to sit and play with it. It doesn't quite have that kind of a fidget factor. Is that a word? I don't know. You know, I got this one, which, you know, is made from aluminium. And you know, it spins fast, but it's very light, and I realised, wow, I don't actually like spinners that are that light. And you know, I then got this one here, which is made of brass. This is, I know the name of this one. This is torque bar, and you know, and I realised, wow, I don't like spinners that are that heavy. And so, and then you know, I've got this one here, which is an aluminium body with a brass core and brass inserts at the end to add more weight. Now this is the closest one that I've found to one that I like, but it's still, I don't know, there's something, I don't know, peculiar about it. Not in a bad way, and there's nothing really bad about these spinners. They're just all different. And I remember reading online about all of them before I bought these ones. You know, so many people were like, oh, this is the best one ever, and this is the best one, and this is the best one. And that's fair enough. But I realised it's you know, a best spinner is so subjective, and I know a lot of things in life are subjective, but spinners are really subjective. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I am making my own spinner. This is spinner number 5. This is the one I am prototyping. Take a look at my previous videos and you will see the sort of progression of this. Now, you know, like, to me, so far, this is the best spinner I've used because, you know, naturally, I'm developing it. If there's something I don't like about it, if it's a little bit too big, a little bit too small, you know, if I can't get the right finger placement, if it's, you know, like if it's just starting to look ugly, you know, if the weight is not there, this is titanium, so, you know, like, that's a weight that's working really well for me. It's not too heavy like brass, it's not too light like aluminium. You know, I am making this to be like, with the aim of it to be the best spinner. But the problem is that may well be the best spinner, but only in a narrow kind of category for people who this is a good spinner for them. Just in the same way that like this is a good spinner for other people, this one is a good spinner for another bunch of people, and you know, you get the idea with the other two. So yeah, I will freely admit this video was a bit of a wandering, meandering rant, but I just sort of had to, I just felt like it was like a revelation to me that spinners are so subjective. You know, like one other example, people talk about you know, having a silent bearing, just completely silent, and you know, but again, that's so subjective, because I've felt spinners like this one has it came with like just like a silent, such a silent bearing. Like you spin it, and if I'm not looking at it, I can hardly tell it's spinning, which is awesome. But also, I've had a spinner, not one of these, it was one I was prototyping earlier, like it was one of my own ones where I put this random bearing in, and I had like a sort of, you could hear it, you could sort of feel it vibrating slightly through your fingers, the bearing, and there was just something really nice about it. So yeah, I'm you know, I am completely obsessed with spinners. You know, I find them just, I don't know, there's something about them, and I think I find the subtleties quite amazing, and you know, and how subjective they can be. Right, okay, that is me done. I will of course leave you with a quote. It is by Thomas Saz, and he said, "Boredom is the feeling that everything is a waste of time. Serenity that nothing is."